Top 10 Huge Fails by GM CEO Mary Barra. Mary Barra's leadership at General Motors has been marked by both achievements and challenges. As the first female CEO of a major global automaker, she broke barriers in the industry. However, her tenure has also seen its fair share of hurdles and gross failures. Let's explore Top 10 Huge Fails by GM CEO Mary Barra. Number 1 will make your blood boil. 10. The 2014 ignition switch recall crisis. The 2014 ignition switch recall crisis was an enormous failure on the part of GM CEO Mary Barra. It was a colossal blunder that shook the automotive industry. The problem was straightforward: a faulty ignition switch in GM cars that could suddenly shut off, disabling airbags and power steering, resulting in numerous accidents and fatalities. Barra's handling of the crisis was far from admirable. She seemed disconnected from the severity of the situation, lacking immediate action. The recall process was sluggish, putting profits ahead of customer safety. Barra's initial apologies felt insincere, further damaging GM's reputation. The impact was clear-cut. GM faced massive recalls, hefty fines, and a tarnished image. Lives were lost, and trust was broken. Barra's leadership during this crisis was a massive letdown. She should have swiftly taken responsibility and initiated a comprehensive recall. Instead, her inability to address the problem promptly and transparently demonstrated a lack of decisive leadership. 9. Decline in market share. The decline in market share at General Motors, GM, under CEO Mary Barra's leadership is undeniably a colossal failure. It's a straightforward tale of diminishing success. Market share, the portion of the automotive market that GM commands, has dwindled under Barra's watch. This decline is not a mere hiccup, it's a substantial setback. GM's presence has noticeably shrunk in a landscape where they once dominated. Mary Barra, as the helmswoman, bears the weight of this undeniable decline. It's her responsibility to steer the company towards growth, but the numbers reveal a contrary trend. A company's market share is like a scoreboard in business, a clear and direct measure of success. GM's score has been dropping, indicating that under Barra's stewardship, the company hasn't fared well against its competitors. To succeed in the auto industry, simplicity and clarity are paramount. The numbers tell a straightforward story. GM's market share decline is a substantial and unequivocal failure, and Mary Barra, as the CEO, must be held accountable for this significant setback. 8. Plant closures and job cuts. In 2018, GM announced plans to close several plants and lay off thousands of workers in North America. These decisions were met with backlash from both employees and politicians, who argued that GM should prioritize job retention and economic stability in the regions where they operated. These actions hurt workers and communities, causing immense suffering. Barra's decision lacks empathy and vision, harming loyal employees and their families. It's a short-sighted move, impacting American manufacturing strength and trust. GM should invest in people and innovate for a brighter, more secure future. Barra's strategy is a grave misstep, failing to uphold the promise of prosperity. It's high time for a rethink, to steer GM towards success that benefits all, with a clear and compassionate leadership approach. 7. Discontinuation of sedan models. GM CEO Mary Barra's decision to discontinue sedan models is a colossal failure. GM's decision to discontinue several sedan models in favor of SUVs and trucks was a strategic shift aimed at maximizing profitability. However, it led to job losses at plants producing sedans and sparked concerns about the environmental impact of prioritizing less fuel-efficient vehicles. Sedans, beloved for their practicality and efficiency, provided affordable options for many. This move ignores a substantial market, leaving loyal customers stranded. It neglects the need for fuel-efficient choices and alienates budget-conscious buyers. Simplifying the lineup may cut costs, but it sacrifices diversity and consumer choice. Barra's leadership should embrace versatility, not limit it. In a world of options, this decision seems short-sighted, and GM risks losing its foothold in a market segment that values simplicity and reliability. 6. 2019 UAW Strike. The United Auto Workers. UAW strike in 2019 was the longest in 50 years, lasting for 40 days. The strike resulted in significant financial losses for GM and disruptions in the supply chain. It highlighted tensions between the company and its labor force, including issues related to wages, healthcare, and job security. The 2019 UAW strike revealed a major failure in GM CEO Mary Barra's leadership. Her inability to swiftly resolve labor disputes crippled production, causing financial losses. Barra's decision to cut healthcare benefits for striking workers further soured relations. As the strike dragged on, GM's reputation suffered, and customers turned to rival automakers. Barra's inability to secure a timely, fair deal left both employees and the company in a precarious position. In the end, this costly, protracted strike illustrated a lack of effective leadership, hurting GM's bottom line and eroding trust in the CEO. 5. Investment in electric vehicles. While GM has made strides in electric vehicle development, some critics argue that the company was slow to invest in this growing market compared to competitors like Tesla. Under Barra's leadership, GM committed to electrification but faced skepticism about whether their efforts were sufficient. While competitors surge ahead in the EV race, GM lags, missing out on a bright, sustainable future. Barra's reluctance to commit to green innovation stymies progress, hampering our planet's health and GM's potential profitability. It's a straightforward choice: embrace electricity with full force or fall behind. The verdict is clear. GM's hesitance is a dire misstep. Barra must swiftly pivot to secure GM's place in the EV revolution and safeguard the future of both the company and our environment. Simple words, but a profound wake-up call. 4. Legal challenges. GM's constant legal battles reflect a major failure by CEO Mary Barra. GM has been involved in various legal battles during Mary Barra's time as CEO. These have included issues related to vehicle safety, emissions, and recalls. Legal disputes can be both costly and damaging to a company's reputation. These ongoing conflicts signal a lack of effective leadership and decision-making. The company's repetitive entanglements in legal disputes harm not just its reputation, but also its financial stability. Barra's inability to steer GM away from these troubles showcases a significant flaw in her leadership. Simplicity is key, and the fact remains, GM's recurrent legal woes are a major letdown under her watch. 3. Global economic challenges. GM is a global company, and its operations are affected by economic fluctuations around the world. Factors like tariffs, trade disputes, and economic downturns can pose challenges for the automotive industry. Under Barra's leadership, GM faced such challenges in various international markets. Barra's leadership has, however, shown a lack of strategic vision, resulting in declining market share, profitability, and innovation. Instead of adapting to the changing automotive landscape, GM has fallen behind in sustainable practices. Barra's inability to navigate global economic shifts has left GM struggling to remain competitive. The lack of foresight and action has hurt employees and shareholders alike. It's time for a change at the top to steer GM in the right direction. 2. Cybersecurity concerns. GM's cybersecurity concerns are a failure under CEO Mary Barra's leadership. With the increasing integration of technology in vehicles, the automotive industry faces cybersecurity risks. Cyber threats can have serious implications for both vehicle safety and customer trust. GM has had to address concerns related to the security of connected vehicles during Barra's tenure. Their inability to safeguard vehicles from cyber threats jeopardizes customer safety. Barra must prioritize robust security measures to prevent potentially catastrophic breaches. Simple and clear actions are needed to ensure trust in GM's products. 1. Environmental regulations. As the automotive industry moves towards sustainability, stricter environmental regulations have been implemented. Compliance with these regulations can be expensive and challenging. GM has not yet adapted to these changing standards, which can impact unprofitability and lack of product development. GM's CEO, Mary Barra's failure to implement robust environmental regulations is a significant disappointment. The absence of stringent measures harms our planet, contributing to pollution and climate change. It's high time for GM to take responsibility, reduce emissions, and embrace sustainability. Simple steps can make a world of difference. Mary Barra's tenure as GM CEO has been marked by a mix of accomplishments and challenges. While she achieved significant milestones, such as being the first female CEO of a major automaker and leading GM through various industry changes, her leadership also faced scrutiny and criticism related to issues like safety recalls, market share, and labor relations. It's important to acknowledge the complexities of leadership in a highly competitive and evolving industry, where no CEO is immune to challenges. However, that is the more reason why only competent people should be chosen as CEO. GM's future under Barra's leadership and beyond will depend on how the company continues to adapt to a rapidly changing automotive landscape. What do you have to say about this? Let us know down in the comments section.